Pulse's Caribbean Model Search is brought to you by Pulse and Ellen Veer. Previously on Pulse's Caribbean Model Search, we took the battle to the Villarenai rainforest. Nicole, Shantae, and Susanna had the win wrapped up as they made the challenge their own.
Three of you among us are the winners of the challenge.
I'm happy. I'm really elated to hear that news. I'm just like super excited. My heart is coming out.
I hate to break the bad news, Octavia.
David,
You will not be continuing.
This is it. Thousands of contestants auditioned for the most important model competition in the Caribbean. And now we are down to the top 10 finalists. This week, the contestants face their final challenge, their final chance to impress the judges, their final chance to grab the Caribbean's most coveted modeling title and make the leap from hometown hopefuls to Pulse's next modeling megastar. Through the rounds of competition, Shantae and Susanna have been our top performers, each having won 4 challenges. They have consistently impressed the judges with stunning photos. But now we are down to the wire with the final runway show. Will our top performers continue to dominate, or will one of our other hopefuls rule the runway? Part 1 of the Caribbean Model Search Modeling Megastar Runway Show starts now. The CMS Modeling Megastar Runway Show gives our top 10 hopefuls the opportunity to show all they've learned through this hectic season. 30 feet of runway stand between them and an incredible Caribbean Model Search 2019 win. The challenges this season have tested the contestants' grit, creativity, boldness, athleticism, and their model IQ. All very important qualities to have as they seek a career in the highly competitive world of modeling. Pulse stars Araine Barrett and Michael Simone Williams have shared their unique experiences that will help our hopefuls face real-world challenges that are more difficult than anything they could have experienced this season. The alpha male also dropped in to give the guys advice on how to amp up their confidence. As our hopefuls sit with our glam team from Dee Marie and Flawlessly Finished, they reflect on when this exciting journey began. It was time for a little trip down memory lane.
Wake up, guys.
what time is it?
Time is now 6:30.
Can I get the dirty room, please? Come on, I wanna go carry me. You should realize it. I'm not feeling bad for myself.
This is Trudy's tissue.
Stop it.
Yes,
Stop.
Trudy, stop. You tell me say you want one big piece, so I brought the whole roll.
Morning, contestants.
Good morning.
We're at the point now where we're going to determine who is going to win this title. But before we do that, I think you guys should take me down memory lane in terms of all your activities and your challenges that you've done at the Pulse Suites at Villarenai. How are you feeling this morning?
Great.
Taquana, you're feeling what?
I'm in the top 10, of course. I'm feeling woo!
Excellent. That's a good way to express yourself about being in the top 10, because this is a major milestone. You guys are the first group of contestants in Caribbean Model Search for 2019 under the Pulse Global banner. And so that's a very, very bold and important step that we're taking. So we started here, of course, the entrance.
Welcome to Villa Renai, the home of Pulse Suites, the brand new 68-room property here in Stony Hill.
But then you guys had a little challenge to elevate yourself right across the road here.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was awesome so far. I want to say thanks to Orin as well, because before we did some fitness working out, and also he showed us proper poses. And I want to say you look amazing this morning too.
Okay guys, let's take a walk. It's a little bit hot out here. So Safia took you guys through to your rooms at Pulse Suite. And how are you finding the rooms?
Very comfortable,
Nice.
very spacious, very fresh.
Well, you know you guys are like the christening babies for the Pulse Suites, right?
Woo!
We like it.
Yeah, no.
We love it. And the beds are so soft.
We're happy to host you at Pulse Suites and to be our first guest, since we're not yet open, but we will be. And we're hoping to have fabulous guests from all over the world come to Pulse Suites and enjoy the beauty of the property. And how have you guys been enjoying like the gardens and stuff?
It's nice.
Very interesting.
You did it, right?
No.
They're beautiful though. I like
The
how
garden
it's
has a lot of history. But let's just take a walk and see the views from your room. Rooms that you've been oohing and eyeing about. Caribbean Model Search will be right back. Welcome back to Pulse's Caribbean Model Search. Pulse superstar, Vogue cover girl, and world top 50 model Alicia Burke took some time out from her super hectic schedule to give the contestants some tips as they take on the Modeling Megastar Runway Challenge. All right, guys, I know you're getting ready for the final runway walk before we determine who the winner will be for CMS 2019. But we fixed you up a little superstar to drop in on you. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Alicia Burke.
Smashing as always.
So guys, you know, I'm hoping that you'll take advantage of the fact that Alicia came in to give you some tips. She just came in from New York. She was just shooting what? Mexican Vogue and what else?
Mexican Vogue and Express.
Well, I hope you have some good questions for her, which will help you in your runway challenge.
What is it like to be on the international stage modeling?
It's unbelievable. You're like, I'm dreaming, somebody wake me up, but you're not dreaming because you're literally there. It's nerve-wracking, but after all those hard work that you guys are putting in now, getting to that stage, you're gonna look back and be like, it was well worth it.
What are some tips that you can give us as upcoming models to manage the runway?
Well, being on the runway, even myself now still doing it, it's nerve-wracking.
It is.
It is, exactly. It is nerve-wracking. But the tip is to always smile. Have on that confident look. Like think of being in some place that you'd rather be, like somewhere exciting and fun for you. Let your mind get you there and just go out, walk. It's the last walk you're gonna be doing, and enjoy it while you're doing it.
You've been on a lot of runways. What was your most memorable runway?
That's a hard one. Two, Miu Miu, my first exclusive show that I did.
Miu Miu is Prada, right? So, because people might not know.
Yes,
right?
it's Prada.
So, right.
I did it in Milan, which is my first exclusive show. It's just been like 2 months into my career international, so I never expect to do something that big yet. So it's Miu Miu and Gucci. Those are my two favorite shows so far. So guys, one final surprise for you before you hit the runway. We're gonna have Michael Simone and Orain Barrett come and join me on stage for one more final walk for you guys. Please welcome them.
Yeah. I'll go first. All right, now I'm gonna take the shirt off.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here. fresh, cool young Lou. Trying to cash his microphone check 212. Wanna believe my own hype, but it's too untrue. The world brought me to my knees. What have you brung you? Did you improve on the design? Introduce something new? Where your name in on the guest list? Who brung you? You.
So have you guys noticed this photo here at all? Because you know, all along this whole little trail, I'm going to give you like pop post quiz, a pop post quiz to make sure that you know some post history. Because the little birdie tells me that you guys are not so up on your history, and that's not a good thing. So who's that model? You had some photo shoots inspired by her. Yeah, your fitness challenge and the one with your nice Mutamba outfits with your head wraps, right?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to take a quick look at your view. And so the whole idea of the Pulse Suites is really to have people enjoy nice, tranquil environment, close to Kingston, but far enough to feel like you're in the countryside.
Yes.
And in nature, and that's the whole,
Away from the rush.
Yeah, away from the rush. I'm sure. So how have you guys been managing sort of without your phones and the whole?
Honestly, I thought it would be very challenging for me, but I'm using this time to recuperate, finding back myself away from social media.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep it rolling and just check out all the rest of the other things that you've done on this beautiful 9-acre property. It was a Hungarian couple who owned the property at property here at Villa, and the lady was an artist, the wife was an artist, and the husband was a diplomat. And she did all the beautiful sculptures that you see by the pool and all the locations that we did. Your shoot, we're here at your confessional spot. I'd like to call it the reflection spot because you're not really confessing about anything.
I think confessionals is the perfect name for it because at the end of the day, they ask you what you think. They want to know your thoughts on everything, on everyone.
And who we want to elbow out of the competition.
Exactly. So I think that we all should just be honest about our feelings and not be fake.
From my point of view, I wouldn't say fake because you wouldn't want to be elbowing anyone out of the competition and then the next round you're in the bottom to go home. And I think you had experience with that same thing. I wouldn't say fake.
I don't mind.
I wouldn't say fake.
At the end of the day, people remember me for being me and saying to people's face, you know, what I thought about them instead of being on camera saying this and in front of their face acting like something else. So I would want to be remembered that way instead of
being a straight person.
Yes.
All right, so let's head over to I think where you did your first challenge when you came. It wasn't my favorite challenge for you. I don't know if you guys were nervous or because it was the first one. So in your study for the challenge, you saw various models kind of just using the construction frame as their kind of guide for their posing, right? I think you got a chance to do 2 shots, right? One with the shovel or the drill or the hammer or whatever. So you have this frame right here, for example, right? And you stand in it. You're still modeling, right? You're still working the camera. You're using the space to kind of create what you want in terms of a look, to make sure that you're presenting what you're wearing, your art pieces that you did, showing it off, right? So you use the space as a frame. So you have to know how to use your space effectively when you're trying to become models. I remember one of my first shoots in London when I was a model was actually on a construction site with construction workers. People think that modeling is just, oh, a beautiful face, a great body on a guy. To be an exceptional model, you really have to have a good model IQ. You did a bit of fitness with Lorraine here too, on this spot.
Right here.
But I saw some people puffing during that fitness challenge with Lorraine though. I was there with you. I ran in on the challenge. And let me tell you, you guys are young and supple, but you don't exercise, do you? But you know as models you have to exercise, right? Oh, everybody's pointing to that girl in the middle.
I mean, I don't exercise because I have short breath and I'm no excuse, I'm just lazy.
So you know I was the architect of that epic football match, right? I'm a huge football fan, and the ball that you're playing with is my team's ball. I need not say the name because the match will show Chelsea. No way. McCoy, I didn't know that you had 2 broken knees before. Wasn't that from football?
Yes, it was.
So how come you're giving the girl so much hassle and trouble with 2 broken knees?
I
You're
am still fit.
Darn, I shouldn't have missed that football game. But it's a lesson in life. You've got to be competitive.
Yes,
you gotta, yeah. I mean, you can be respectfully competitive, right? But you have to understand that man or woman, if you want something in life, you really have to fight for it. Because when you go to New York, Paris, and London, I mean, these people are fierce. They're hungry. They're hungrier than you, who should be hungrier than them, and they want it. They know what reaching that level of success means for themselves, their lives, and so on. And so it can make a huge impact on your life.
Pulse's Caribbean Model Search. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Pulse's Caribbean Model Search.
Also nice by the beautiful lady D. Marie right now. She's doing some awesome makeup right now, natural as possible. Wake her up.
Pulse superstar Orain Barrett got his start right here on the CMS stage. With over a decade of experience in the industry, he's the most successful male model from the Caribbean. He sat down to tell us about his journey.
I've been a model of Pulse for quite some time now. I'm a St. Elizabeth boy. I grew up in Windsor, Silo. I went to Silo Primary School, and then thereafter I went to Monroe College. I used to be a cricketer at primary school, and then after went to Monroe and became a soccer player. And I guess after that I became a model, and that's how the journey really started to where I am right now. So basically at Monroe, from third form, I loved playing sports. Football was just primarily my thing early on at Monroe. Even when I was 13 years old, I went to Norway to play soccer, representing Jamaica. I was the captain of the team, and it was a very good experience. So from that time to when I was 19, soccer was just the fundamental, the real journey, the real passion and love. Pulse came in the picture when one day I overheard my brother's girlfriend at the time talking about Pulse's model search. My brother's girlfriend asked me if I would like to accompany her to Pulse. So I accompanied her and I went to Pulse. I got introduced to Kingsley Cooper, the man himself at Pulse, and so he asked me to do a quick walk. I did that and he was impressed, and from ever since I've been modeling for Pulse. I was able to win the Pulse Model Search of 2004 and the Male Face of the Caribbean immediately after that. My first shoot, or my first shot in New York as an international model was done by the famous Bruce Weber for Abercrombie and Fitch. That's how my journey really began. It was fulfilling from the start. Well, over the years I've done a lot of work, a body of work that I can look back and say, well, wow, Orain, you've come a long way. I've done shoots for obviously Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, Italian Vogue, French Vogue, Lord and Taylor, and a wide range of clients. I feel very blessed to have been in those positions where modeling took me to different heights of creativity. I'm very happy with my career. I've done it all as a model. And all the good, the bad, and the ugly. You name it. I believe one of my most fascinating shoots was Italian Vogue that was shot by Steven Meisel. At that time, America and Iraq, I believe, they were fighting. And so that shoot was all about make love and not war. I would like to say I'm very calm. I believe one should approach life from the ground up, not believing that they're going to reach to the top immediately. There's always a process, and that's why I'm able to keep modeling for a long time, almost 14 years now. During those times, I was building strength and character. So those are the things that modeling really has taught me over the years, to be patient.
For their final challenge, our hopefuls hit the runway set in the stunning Villarenai rainforest, sporting eclectic looks from Jamaican designers Mutamba, Drenaluna, and Zaid. Zaid's collection is first, as our hopefuls cast all nervousness aside and look to put their names in the history books next to all the Pulse stars who have gone before them.
How we ablaze the fire, make it burn them. We mash up the place, turn up the bass and make some sound, boy run. And we will end your week just like a Sunday. How we ablaze the fire, make it burn
All right, so we just saw that collection from Zaid. It was a beautiful collection.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was very beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that jacket.
Oh, that jacket.
Yes.
Who wore the jacket?
How many jackets were on it? There was only one jacket.
There was only one jacket. It's a trick question.
And it fitted in
in
very
fact,
nicely too.
I'm going to investigate the jacket because I think I'm going to get one.
Okay. Well, I loved the green and the blue, and it was really a nice reflection of us being in this beautiful Villarenai space and kind of keeping that kind of thread of what we've been shooting with the nature, the leaves, the beauty, the artifacts. So I really loved that bit about that collection. Next up, our hopefuls select their favorite swimsuits to show off their model bodies as they stride into the rainforest on the spectacular Villarenai floating runway.
Bossy, Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast G. My money so long it doesn't know me. Just looking at my kids like I'm bossy.
Judges, welcome again to our final panel. This is the Runway Challenge for Caribbean Model Search 2019. Who is striking your fancy so far on the runway?
Well, I've always liked Susanna. I thought she was good. I thought the females were strong.
Right.
The male could have brought a little bit more energy. But overall, the performances were really done well.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, I like all the ladies. All of them walked well, and great bodies in the swimsuits. So for me, it's it's really good. The men, as Orion said, some of them are strong, some not as strong.
Even though we have outstanding performances from the girls, we have to consider everyone in this final challenge. We have to determine, well, if there is going to be an overall winner, just an overall winner, or two winners for the runway challenge.
As far as the runway is concerned, we had some good walkers. We had good lookers and good walkers. But certainly, to me, it's going to come from the women.
Right.
Right? The winner is going to come from them.
Because they were clearly the stronger group.
Of the two groups.
For
Okay,
sure.
Excellent. All right, do you have any favorites popping out so far, or should we go on to the next collection?
Let's look at the next collection.
Okay.
2 more collections remain on this final runway challenge. One from the Afrocentric and eclectic designer Mutamba, and the other from the understated elegance of Drenna Luna. The CMS Modeling Megastar Runway Show continues next week as the judges make their final ruling and name the winner of Pulse's Caribbean Model Search.